Right, how's it, people? How's it, beautiful, beautiful people, and welcome back. And I'm speaking softly because there are other people in the house and I don't want to disturb them. However, a little quick theme for today's video is new products that I am loving. And so I'm so glad I tried these new products. Product number one is the Avene Zero Calm AD Lipid Replenishing Cleansing Oil. I am so glad that I decided to, let me just show you there. I'm so glad I decided to splash out. It's not expensive considering the size of it. How much is in here? 400 mils. You can use it for face and body, even on children, even on babies. So it's a cleansing oil. Now, it's not oily, but it's got a silky, I guess, kind of oily texture. But when you wash it, it does foam, but it doesn't leave the skin feeling dry and tight. And what I've been finding lately, and if you notice, I don't know if you can see any of the peeling, I use the Cosmolan, which is like a peel for melasma. Now, melasma is when your skin has those darker patches, got here and here. And especially when my skin is sensitive after using the Cosmolan peel, I find normal cleansers, especially because I use cheaper ones. I hate wasting money on things that I don't think actually deliver active ingredients to my skin. Anyway, I just kept thinking these cleansers are not good for that stage, when my skin is peeling and all sensitive. And I'd heard on another YouTuber's review of different products, she was talking about oil cleansers. And I was like, what is an oil cleanser? And then I saw this in like our local, I keep talking about Dis-Chem. It's like Boots in the UK or CVS in America. It's a pharmacy chain store, but that sells products, okay? And I saw this there and it said lipid replenishing cleansing oil. So I thought, well, why not try it? And I'm so glad I did. I really like it. It doesn't have a nice smell though, but it does leave the skin feeling just not stripped. So it doesn't really leave it feeling moisturized, but it doesn't feel stripped of oil. So I guess that's the best way to describe it. And I have used it on my legs and then shaved over it because I also find, soap is too harsh, especially the older I get. The more, if I use soap, like on my legs or anywhere else, my skin is a bit itchy and dry. So loving that product. The next one, this one I've done a proper review on my main channel, Louise Corrins. This product here, it's the Microkeratin Keraxer Deep Repair Mask. Now, I love Microkeratin shampoo and conditioner. I don't know why. I've never tried their mask, but I haven't. Sometimes you can't buy every product that a company puts out. I love their hair oil as well. And anyway, I saw their mask at a salon when I took my son for a haircut, and it was cheaper there than online. So I thought, let me just buy it and try it. That rhymes. And I did, and I love it. And I've actually just used it today. So I've been for a run this morning, and I can comb right the way through. Now, if you know anything about bleach and hair, I don't know if any of you have bleached blonde hair, but if you have bleached hair, you will know that the hair is like straw and you just cannot like run a brush easily through the hair. There's always like a rough feeling and it wants to knot up, at least in my case. And so I found that this is the only hair mask. I used to use one, but it was 10 years ago and it's been discontinued. The Goldwell, the Goldwell Resoft and Color Live. That's been discontinued, but this has finally allowed me to be able to comb through my hair straight after I've washed, and I'm using it as a conditioner, although I do let it sit on for about 5 minutes. So I'm using it kind of like a mask, kind of like a conditioner. And if it gets too heavy, I will go back to the conditioner, but I'm using it more often than once a week. And I just find it's making my hair manageable, and I don't actually need to use the hair oil, which normally I drown my hair in hair oil. So that's a win, and I'm so glad I tried this new product. And then the last new product I'm just going to share with you guys. I've just tested it today and I'm loving it so far. It is the Catrice and I'll read it for you. The Catrice, did I hold that up the right way? Maybe I didn't, did I? Let's just see here. The Catrice, so not an expensive brand. The Catrice Glam and Doll Easy Wash Off Power Hold Volume Mascara. So I had seen and heard, I think it's, what is her name? Melissa 55 or Melissa something 55. She did a review of all these tubing mascaras. Now, if you don't know what a tubing mascara is, it's a mascara that almost, as it dries, sort of seals into like plastic tubes, I don't know, around your eyelashes. I liken it to kind of like an acrylic paint, except it washes off with warm water. It's not waterproof, so warm water will take it off. So it is temperature sensitive, but even on a hot and sweaty run, so I put it on this morning, and then I went for a run on the beachfront. I got hot, I got sweaty, and this didn't budge at all. And then it washed right off, hardly any smudges. A lot of these tubing mascaras leave like little bits. I remember once I was with a running club. We did a long training run, and I'd used, I think it was the Estee Lauder. I cannot remember the brand. I'm thinking so, because I think back then that's all I used. I used their tubing mascara, and we ran, sweated, and I think it rained. Anyway, that tubing mascara came off like little black flakes all over my face. By the end of the run, I was just like peppered with the mascara flakes. This didn't budge at all, at all, at all. And then when I got out of the shower, and yes, I had used this to clean my face, there was no smudging. There was just one or two little bits that I just wiped off with, what's it? Micellar water, which is like a cleansing water that you can use to remove makeup. And I was impressed. Now, it's not the thickest, it doesn't really give you volume lashes. I'm wearing it now again, and I will show you here. Not the most volumizing, and what I decided was I put it on, and then about an hour later, I applied a second coat just to see if it would volumize a bit more, but I didn't want to go overboard, and this is the result. So I'm happy with it, especially for intense gym sessions or running. You know, we ladies, I don't know about you guys, but for me, over 40, I don't want to look too washed out, even when I exercise. I like I would take a mascara to a desert island. I just love mascara. I feel like it makes me, it's the one makeup item I cannot live without. Maybe foundation now that I'm older too. But yeah, so I would say it's not the best. If you're going for an evening glam look, it may not be the best. It may not be as volumizing as you want, but I think it's pretty good, and it's definitely, for a tubing mascara, so far I'm really, really impressed. I've used the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I've used the MAC Great Lashes one, and this one is better. I'm going to say it. I think it's better. The Estee Lauder Double Wear is a lot more volumizing, but it makes the lashes clump together, and even there, sometimes I get a bit of a smudging under especially on this eye, and it washes off a lot more clumpy. And then you've got to still go in with like a micellar water to clean your eyes up, even after a hot shower. So yeah, Catrice for the win. So I'm so glad I've tried new products and I've gotten out of my comfort zone. Comfort zone. So you know how sometimes you get stuck in a rut with products. You bought something, you like it, and you sort of don't want to or don't think about changing. I'm glad I've broken out and I'm very, very happy with these products. So happy. I just wanted to sit and chat, make a video. And I'm trying to talk fast because I've got to go just now, but I still got time. I want to share with you guys my new idea for another channel. So I am experimenting quite a lot on YouTube, like doing this chatty informal style video, and I've got my main channel where it's a lot more structured, and I love making videos, and I also love languages. I'm such a nerd. I'm one of those nerdy, nerdy, nerdy people who love school, who love to study, who love to read. And then when I lived in Greece for 3 years, because my mom is Greek and we immigrated there as a family. Okay, we all came back to South Africa, but I loved Greece. I loved it. And I learned the language there. I couldn't speak a single word of Greek before we arrived. I think maybe in the 2 weeks leading up to going, we started to listen to a bit. But anyway, my mom had never taught my brother and I Greek. So I learned it there. We went to, I remember, Greek like language school, did a very basic course, and then the rest I just learned on the go by living there. And now, when was that? That was 30 years ago. No? How old am I now? 45? That was, yeah, 25 years ago. Okay, so I have not used Greek in 25 years. And I miss learning it and speaking it. And I remember towards the end of living in Greece, I used to dream in Greek, which shows you. Now, I was never very proficient. I mean, my level was always basic, but I could get by. I could communicate. And I studied 1 year of graphic design in Greece, although they really accommodated me, and a lot of the teachers would speak English. So, and the students, there were only a few of us, would help me by speaking English to me to explain concepts. But obviously, I was exposed to a lot of Greek. And I just thought recently, let me listen to some Greek, language podcasts, learning things here on YouTube. So Greek for beginners, blah, blah, blah. And then I found a channel where she speaks very slow Greek so that you can follow along, which is fantastic. And then I had this brainwave. I thought, not many people speak Greek. Now, a lot of Greeks do speak English, but I'm sure that there are many Greeks who want to learn English, but from someone, a teacher, who can at least speak some Greek. So that your teacher, okay, I'm assuming that they would want somebody whose native language is English, which is mine, me, but a teacher that can at least understand your language so that they know the specifics of how you would learn and that they can translate back and forth between Greek and English, and a brainwave. And I think I'm going to definitely try, see how I go, because what I've learned with me is I get a lot of great ideas, but it's hard to execute every idea. Try maybe, produce 5 to 10 lessons of English, but for Greek speakers. So I present the lesson in Greek, and obviously it's basic English, so I only need basic Greek. It would help me learn my Greek and improve. And it would be targeted to Greek speakers, which is super, super niche. And yes, for those Americans who watch me, I do love you guys, but it's not niche, it's niche. Anyway, well, I suppose language evolves, and it would seem that Americans are starting to use the word niche incorrectly, but they're using it that way and it's becoming a thing. Anyway, so a Greek English channel, so English for Greeks, would be super niche, would only apply to people who speak Greek and want to learn English. But I thought, why not? Because, if I were a Greek learning English, I would love it if somebody could speak my native tongue and then teach me English. So there's a thought. And I encourage you, if you have, you see, these are the kinds of only I could do this, or my mother could, and my aunt, because they are Greeks who came to South Africa, but only someone who has these two languages, and I would say you'd need English as your mother tongue, and then you'd need a good understanding of Greek. It's like this perfect melting pot, and I've got the YouTube experience, and I'm very comfortable on camera, and I've got the audio, got the microphone. If you're looking for your place in the world, maybe that's how you go about it, is just, and this idea came to me totally just by me wanting to brush up on my Greek. And a friend of mine was thinking of teaching English. Every English speaker has thought about teaching English online. So that's super flooded. And I kept thinking, no, that every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every auntie and her cat is trying to teach English online. And it's fine, it's lovely, but it's a super crowded space. And where would I shine? And that's where I would shine. And so, yeah, I'm just encouraging you now to allow ideas to brew and bubble in your mind. That's how that idea was born. And I think it's a good one. I'm not saying it will succeed. I don't know. Of course, I have no guarantee of success, but It's going to cost me only my time. I'm already on YouTube, and so I'm probably going to give it a go, I think. And yeah, so there you go. I just thought I'd share. It's very random, but that's how my brain is always going and going and going. And at my age, at 45, this is a skill, teaching English to Greeks or to anyone really. I mean, I could actually just broaden it and teach English to any foreign language student, but it's a skill that I could use for life. I could be teaching English in my 80s, really, as long as my mind is still sharp. So the more I think about it, the more I think it's worthwhile investigating. Let's put it that way. It's worthwhile devoting 2 to 3 weeks, a month, 2 months to this idea and see what happens. So I encourage you to do the same. Allow your mind to just explore. And these ideas just, you've got to just allow them to fertilize in your brain. And we're all creative, we're all multidimensional, we all have many interests. Find where all your interests sort of come together. So, yeah, I don't know. There you go. I hope you are having a beautiful day. I hope you are taking care of you. I hope you are, if you need to, I hope you're breathing. I hope you're meditating. I hope you are going for a walk or journaling or doing whatever it is that you need to do to take time, feed your soul, and just love yourself. You are the custodian of you. All right. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.